Hello and welcome to the Dubai Marathon 2026. This is now the 25th edition of this amazing race, which has grown and grown over the years, as has the city of Dubai behind me. This year sees a change to the route that we've had over the previous years, with a finish inside the Dubai Police Academy. As always, we see many top and new young Ethiopian runners coming here in search of that fast time that they've seen others achieve over the previous years. It's a place where debutants can come out and run extremely quickly. No major championships this year, but still that chance of a major breakthrough race, and for many other athletes who also come from all around the world in search of a fast time, because this course is known for being a quick course with a great atmosphere, great organisation and great support out along the routes. What more can you ask for?
Yes, good day to you and a very warm welcome to this 25th edition of the Dubai Marathon. It has proved itself over the years as one of the quickest courses on the world marathon scene, which has expanded dramatically since the first major race here back in 2000. Myself, Tim Hutchings, and Paula Radcliffe, former world record holder, with you now for the next 3 hours and more as these races unfold here. As you can see, the Marathon Elite race gets underway at 5:45, slightly earlier than in years gone by, but more importantly, much cooler than in years gone by this morning. Conditions are perfect.
The Dubai Marathon 2026 Operations Centre is here in the spectacular surroundings of the Dubai Marina. Now, when the marathon began in the year 2000, this place was a building site, as were so many other locations in Dubai. Basically, Dubai itself then was just a few square kilometers. Now, this has expanded enormously. Now, the marathon has followed a similar spectacular path. In the year 2000, there were fewer than 200 entrants in the marathon, and over half of them didn't finish. This year, we're going to have a record 4,000 people in the marathon and 20,000 in the 10K and 4K races. Now, in recent years, Ethiopians have dominated, and it's pretty much going to be the same thing this year. Fantu Werko is the women's favourite. She ran a very good 2 hours 21 in Berlin just 4 months ago. But would you believe, Berlin was 25 degrees Celsius, much warmer than Dubai is going to be this year. We're looking at a temperature of around about 15 or 16 and not rising very much before the finish here in Dubai. And she says in conditions like that, she's hoping to go under 2 hours 20. Now, her colleague, the men's favourite, Berhanu, he ran under 2:05 in Seville a couple of years ago, and he just says, I've come here to win.
Well, let's have a look at the map before they get to that finish line. They've got to negotiate these roads of Dubai. The start and finish area is slightly different from years gone by, but most of the course, this southern section where they make that U-turn I was talking about just now, is dead straight. And Paula, there they pass the Burj Al Arab for the first time. And then this northern section they negotiate a couple of times. It's like a giant running track, about 7 kilometers long.
It is, and it gives them a perfect opportunity to kind of get to know the course a little bit better. It's slightly different than previous years if they have raced before, and coming back, once they've made that final U-turn, they will be aiming for that Burj Al Arab on the skyline to know that they're turning into the police academy.
Yep, there's the finish where our commentary position is situated right beside the finish line. The atmosphere buzzing here, about 6 or 7 minutes, and still the start time for the elite athletes, the strong elite fields in men's and women's races. There you can see 18 degrees centigrade, absolutely glorious. The wind speed negligible. It's been quite windy the last few days later in the day, but it's the humidity, the amount of water in the air that actually affects the athletes almost more than the temperature. But we understand that the humidity levels are pretty low as well, so I don't think we'd get much better conditions than these. There's a look at the men's race field today. Some of the top athletes there. Gadisa Berhanu, of course, very much amongst the favourites. The 33-year-old is the quickest here with the best of 2:04. That was a couple of years ago in Seville. Fantu Worku very much amongst the favourites here. She's a 2:21 athlete. She ran her personal best in Berlin just last September. It was a fast 2:21 on a very warm day, and it's the only marathon she's ever run. She's a former track star. She's got wonderful natural speed, as Fantu Worku. And Chinelu Desi as well will be a factor. She's a 2:22 athlete. That was in February last year in Seville. That was her debut, so a lot of new, young talent that has only just dipped its toe into the world of marathon racing, really, in the women's field. Here we go then. 25th edition. And they're racing in Dubai in 2026. The pacemakers will go straight to the fore and try and set a tempo that is nice and steady. There's quite a big pack here, and many of whom are debutants. I mentioned Mengistu just now, that's Mamu Mengistu Alemu.
And Dubai has become known as a place that debutants can come and learn very, very well. 8 of the men's previous winners have been debutants, so they've won on their debut. Less so on the women's. A bit more experience has told on the women's side, and fewer debutant winners.
And you can see the predicted time there has just slipped outside 2:05. We mustn't read too much into that. There it is, 5K 14:49.
As we see the women's race appearing on the right-hand side of your screen, and just already starting to stretch out on that side. And I think it is Fantu Worku who is leading, slotted in behind the pacemaker.
The leading women there, 5K 16:36 for the women, which is good solid running. Well, that men's predicted race time hovering around 2:05.
Behind we can see definitely a fragmentation of these lead women into 2 distinct groups, each with their own pacemaker. We had been expecting perhaps 3, but at the moment that does seem to be settling into those 2 groups, and perhaps more sensible around about that 2:20 pace for the lead of those groups.
The Burj Al Arab on their left, this men's field. We get a shot of them from behind here. That's the men's pack. That's the scene. If you were in there amongst them, it almost feels like you are in there racing with them on the road surface, doesn't it? But there you are, 10K Desi 33:08. That was the leading women. 13.5 kilometres now in the men's race, and that is thinning out. Now that is interesting. Goodness me, Dekeba is up there as enjoying this tempo. Well, here's some news for you. They got to 14K in 41:05, and that adds them on schedule for almost exactly the course record, well under 2:04. They are clipping along at a fabulous pace here in Dubai.
As they go through the drinks tables and pick them up on the left-hand side, there's some going for water. They do have the opportunity to put in their elite drinks bottles the night before, and they will be told, as we said, where they will be set out on those tables, so they know which table they're aiming for to get their own prepared bottle. And then at either end there will be tables with just plain water as well.
There's the mass race getting underway. Almost 4,000 in that one, the biggest field here in the Dubai Marathon by a long, long way, much bigger than in years gone by. Race director Peter Connaughton saying a couple of days ago at the press conference they've never had 3,000 at the Dubai Marathon. They've got nearly 4,000 this year. That's what, a 30% increase, something like that.
My name is Anand and I'm coming from India.
My name's Emmanuel, I'm from the Philippines and we're here to kill it.
We're just going to go through it and just enjoy it.
Nice, lovely environment, very encouraging and motivating.
I've been coerced into this, but I'm happy.
Try and find happiness in those miles after 30k.
It's hard work, consistency and discipline, yeah?
I mean, why not Dubai? Fantastic place to be. Also, ahead is very flat and fast. So altogether, it's a wonderful package.
Because Dubai is the place to be. It's the best city in the world.
So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone running through the finish line, the elites and the masses picking up their medals and putting the 25th anniversary into the record books.
It's brilliant to see. It's a reflection of the rise of the running community out here in the UAE and in Dubai in particular. Many of the runners that we joined up with for a shakeout in the week on Thursday evening were talking about how the community has really got behind the marathon, loves having it, calls it their marathon, and prepares for it.
This is the back of the elite group athletes just beginning to drop away and struggle here.
As we see the perfect example of having a slightly different drinks bottle to be able to pick it out on those tables.
Well, there we go, 58.52 at 20k. That is the official time for 20k.
And you can see a little bit of concern, a little bit of chatting going on between the two men who've done a great job so far with the pacing. Tolesa just trying to chivvy Tuame on, or have they decided to perhaps divide? One go with a faster pace and Tuame stay back with a slower pace behind. I'm not sure who it is asked for Tolesa to go on, because they don't seem to be keen to go with him now that he's done that.
There's the lead pack in the women's field, and it's nice, Paula, that we've got a great race building here too. You know, they're coming towards halfway.
You can see back down the field, down the road behind, and the lights of the vehicle leading the next group. And yes, that is fairly significant, isn't it, Tim? It's a good couple of 100 meters.
It is, yes. Decabo, the tall figure there to the left of that group. Desi with the red armbands. A little bit break up in the group there as they go to that specialist drink station.
You are allowed to attach to the bottle as well any gels or anything, in fact, that you want to consume, solid-wise or semi-solid, as well as what's in the bottle. It just needs to be attached to it. And now we see a fragmenting as we come out of that drink station. There's been a slight injection of pace at the front. Ketema trying to bridge that gap back to, I think it is the lead duo have got away, and Desi is certainly one of them. There is a Dugna who had a breakout win in Dublin on her debut just in October and struggling to go with that lead group. It is Decabo alongside Desi at the front.
The athletes, of course, though, will be so appreciative of the earlier start time and the cooler conditions. Then they're taking full advantages of it today in both the men's and women's races in this 25th edition of the Dubai Marathon. They're building nicely. Just a reminder for you, the men got to halfway in 62.06. The target was 62 minutes, so that is just about perfect. And the women's half marathon time 69.27 at the front end. Again, almost exactly on 2:19 tempo, and I think they might pick it up a little bit, Paula.
I think they already are. I think when you look at that shot, we get a great view of what it's like to be, what do they say, on the train.
This lead group are beginning to ease away, and there it is. 5 athletes there. Now, has Tolesa gone? Has the pacemaker gone at this stage? They've gone through 25k, done a wonderful job. Gilletta up at the front end there. Haji is there as well.
Now I'm watching Hakizimana, who's lost his number from the front, just yo-yoing up and down. He's done that a couple of times. He's trying to push on the pace, but then isn't comfortable being out the front. Is he holding his hip a little bit, or just trying to straighten out his vest?
Here's that U-turn. The southern end of the long section. They're heading north again now, this lead women's pack, for the final time. And you can see Desi there, left of picture in the red armbands, trying to get back on terms with this group. They've grabbed their drinks bottles there. She is holding a drinks bottle. She's probably the smallest in this lead group, but Worku looking very comfortable indeed, isn't she there?
Yeah, I think we're just seeing the effect of racing coming in. Once the pacemakers step aside, there is that looking around, who is keen to take on the pace, and now it does fall again to the debutant in Nibret Melak. He's 26. He has a personal best over the half marathon distance, an impressive one at 59.06.
He looks very comfortable indeed. 1 hour 31 on the clock, and Nibret Melak, for my money, looks like he's cruising along here rather beautifully. This race has been ripped apart. That pack was looking a little too comfortable for the last 5k, and Melak has done some real damage here, but he's racing against the clock now, and the gap behind him is becoming a yawning gap. Look there, left of picture, that's a massive gap. He's got what, maybe 80 meters lead on the rest of the pack, probably about 15 seconds, and he looks really comfortable too. There is something about the way he's moving. He just looks good. Haji looks pretty good too. Segu there, a little bit of a grimace. The teeth are showing, and he's working to stay in the slipstream of Haji. This is second and third.
Decabo working hard here to, is she breaking away from the experience of Desi and Worku, or have they just taken the time to take on their fluid and fuel at this point, and will they be able to work themselves back up into this group? Yeah, the only thing that worries me about Decabo is that she has taken on far less fluid and fuel than the two women chasing behind her, and I'm wondering if that experience is perhaps going to tell in these closing stages. That is Hadji, who has got a bit of daylight on Segu in the background.
And there's the splits at 35k. Melak 142.59, 19 seconds now that gap. That is becoming an unassailable gap. That's 100 meters.
Now dropping down close, can he dip under that 204 barrier? Looks like he's wrapping up that victory. You can never say it's completely wrapped up in a marathon. Anything can happen in the closing stages, but it looks like Herpo, one of the pacemakers, has decided to drop back with Fantuwork, who perhaps is a training partner of hers and has come into the race to pace her, and she now finds herself bested, if you like, by the two athletes in the purple vests ahead of her, Desi and Decabo.
Melak checks his watch. 1 hour 49 the clock. He's got about 15 minutes of running to come. The gap behind him has got bigger and bigger over the last 20 minutes or so.
Hadji is also moving into a little bit of uncharted territory here. He's valiantly trying to stick to the task and consolidate that second place.
Segu here, he's back in third place. He was second here last year. He's in third place at the moment. Back behind him there in fourth place to the left of picture is John Hakizimana of Rwanda. There's that beautiful view looking northwards on this fantastically fast marathon course here in Dubai. The Jumeirah Beach Road stretches away in the distance.
There we go, 41 kilometres, so just slightly over a kilometre left to run in this race.
Well, this has been a textbook execution of how to run your debut marathon. A great career at 10,000 metres and half marathon. At 26, moves up to the marathon and destroys one of the strongest fields in the world that we'll see this year here in Dubai. I don't think his win is in doubt. Melak to write a picture. Almost on the home straight now. He can taste victory. He can smell the finish line, so to speak. He's staying calm and he's not sprinting. And look at this. I was on this a couple of days ago. 2:03 on the clock. Is he going to break 2:04? He's got a left-hand turn to make here now. He can see the finish line. Here he comes. The crowd roar him home. This has been a magnificent debut from this young man. He strides towards the line, sprints to break the tape, and breaks the 2:04 barrier as well. That is quite fantastic. The fastest time in the world this year. It's only the 1st of February, but that is going to take some beating, believe me. Now he can lie down, now he can look tired, but every step over the last 2 hours plus, he has looked like royalty. Quite magnificent here. Celebrating a magnificent victory there from a new star in the world of marathon racing. As here comes the man in second place, Yasin Haji Hayato, and it's going to be a personal best as he crosses the line in second place by almost exactly 2 minutes. A fantastic run from Haji. And here, in fact, is Hakizimana. I think he's in third place, so has something befallen Berhanu Wendimusegu. A really strong run from Hakizimana. But Melak was a class apart, winning by almost 2 minutes. That is stunning. Yasin Haji 2:05.52. Look at that. The first 6 men under 2:07 here today. A national record for John Hakizimana of Rwanda, 2:06.04. A fabulous third place for him.
I am so happy right now. I get what I want. I was prepared for this. I am really happy for this win. So my coach told me to break out on the 32nd kilometer. That was what I was preparing for. And I broke out as my coach told me, and I get the win. I'm happy for it.
There's racing still going on.
There absolutely is. So this is the 40k drinks position table, and Decabo has tried to take on fluids, and it's her body rebelling because she is operating in that territory where every part of your body is rebelling, and that's why you saw the fluids coming back up. She hasn't given up though, she is rallying. Desi took advantage of that weakness. Indeed, there is the 41 kilometer marker passed, so inside the last 1.2 kilometers of this race for Ancinalo Desi.
and Chinelu Desi with Decabo in the background there. The foreshortening effect is somewhat, it fools you a little bit. The gap is fairly big between these two. I don't think Desi's victory is under threat here. Desi here, and Chinelu Desi, the 23-year-old, she's still a youngster. She's going to knock about 4 minutes off her lifetime best as she roars towards the finish line here. It's going to be a magnificent win for this young woman. Yet again, her third marathon, her third victory here. And the fastest in the world this year by some 3 minutes or so, overtaking the winning time in Doha of Gizahen, 2:21.14. Worku, I think, coming home there, is that for third place? It's an Ethiopian double once more in Dubai. But Paula, wow, what a day at the races.
The last part of the race, I was feeling confident. I was feeling I could win this race. I am so happy that I won this race. Thanks to God, I won this race. I'm happy for it. So in the future, I want to do major marathon runs. I want to win the major marathon runs. If God's willing, that's my plan.
Well, I do hope you enjoyed these elite races half as much as we have. The Ethiopians, of course, and there are tens of thousands of them here. Well, it has been a magnificent day of elite racing. The thousands in the full marathon, in the 10K and the 4K will be out on the roads of Dubai for some hours yet. Paula, a final thought?
Just thank you to the city of Dubai for welcoming us and for putting on such a great race. As always, hope you've been inspired to perhaps join us next year.
From all of us here in Dubai, thank you so much for being with us, and have a fabulous day and relish the racing that we've enjoyed here in Dubai. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, this race is all about kind of enjoying the reason why we all like running.
We were all out from the start. I gave my all. Happy. I did the second best.
I love it because of the environment, the crowds. There's a lot going on.
I did a PB. I'm on the moon.
Just that feeling when you're running and the wind blowing you away from the device, there's nothing vibrating in your pocket. It just feels amazing.